Here we go with the Tri-State Outing Knicks post-game show. Taj Gibson, Mitchell Robinson both fouled out. So Julius Randle on Karl-Anthony Towns. Final 30 seconds. Minnesota down 1. Up and good and a foul. So Minnesota up 2. Last chance for the Knicks. Final seconds. Evan Fournier, who had 27 points, gets blocked. It comes out to Alec Burks. Alec Burks for the 3-ball and the win? No. Burks didn't score in the game, and the Minnesota Timberwolves win in a heartbreaker over the Knicks, 112-110. Great to have you with us. Tough loss from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pito, Monica McNutt, Alan Hahn, Wally Zerbiak. Pretty simple, Wally. You look at the final 341. Knicks didn't score a single basket, scored only 3 points. All 3 points were from the foul line.
Yeah, I always remember at the end of games, give it to your point guard, just run pick and roll. It just simplifies the game for everyone else out there on the floor. Kemba Walker was on fire in that fourth quarter. Just run pick and roll. It just sets the team. It organizes the team. It puts the ball in a decision maker's hands, and you're going to get something off that pick and roll that's going to be an advantage. They had some costly turnovers down the stretch. Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett and Fournier did the right thing by attacking, but that team has shot blockers. Those guys couldn't get good looks at the basket when they attacked the basket, and I just think pick and roll would have been the move the way Kemba Walker was playing at the end of that game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, this was one of those grinders and struggles, and, you know, the comeback, 40 points in that third quarter, and how it got the Garden going, and then they rode that momentum. It was a lot of fun that third quarter, and even in the fourth. I mean, again, they're up 5 with 3:41 to go. You lose both your centers, and that's a big part of this, too.
Yeah.
Both your centers get into foul trouble. The Knicks committed 30 fouls in this game as a team, 30 fouls. That's one issue. The other one, as we were talking about at halftime, Bill, turnovers. You had 13 at the half, which is brutal. Then had a clean third quarter, and then 5, including 2 critical turnovers in the last 3 minutes. The R.J. Barrett drive that they overturned on the replay, that they didn't call that a turnover, but essentially it was. Costly turnovers there. So, I mean, just a struggle for this team. And it just goes back to, again, the key possessions late, executing late. That's been an issue this whole season.
Man, that's a tough one, guys. Jalen Noel has 11 points in the fourth quarter to lead the Timberwolves in scoring, and so that's eerily reminiscent of sort of a guy you're not accustomed to seeing finding his way in terms of being an impact player in the fourth. Obviously, the big basket was the one that Karl-Anthony Towns got on Julius Randle. That was a 3-point play. And despite all of that, you're still there if you want to find a silver lining in all this. But to me, the 50% on the free throws from Julius and RJ, like 2 points. I mean, I know you can't necessarily do math that way after the fact in a game, but those free throws, like just free baskets, you gotta, good teams, you gotta have those in particular.
Knicks from the line, 24 of 33 last night. Yesterday against Charlotte, only 11 out of 21. Wally, the first half wasn't good for the Knicks, down 10 at the half, but the third quarter, as Alan mentioned, the Knicks outscored Minnesota 40-25 in that third quarter, and Evan Fournier in that third quarter scored 13 points.
Yeah, and you could see the Minnesota Timberwolves were rattled. I mean, they didn't know where to go to find offense. They weren't getting buckets in transition. They weren't playing free and flowing, and the Knicks were just dominating. Kemba Walker executing the pick and roll right there. Like, that type of play is just simple. Even in the fourth quarter, Fournier was red hot, an absolute flamethrower in that third quarter. Just missed a couple huge threes down the stretch in the fourth. Randle just playing with passion, emotion, and energy, and the ball was moving. And Fournier, when he gets hot, boy, just get him the rock. I mean, he is just incredible. Look at this. I mean, Randle tries to get him the ball. It's an untimely pass. He ends up on his backside. Bang. Another one. Bang. I mean, Evan Fournier just absolutely lit up the Garden. Quentin Grimes with the big steal here and the nice finish in transition. The roof almost popped off the building. The fans were so into the game. And I just thought by seizing the momentum, they were going to be able to just put away the Timberwolves in the fourth quarter, because Timberwolves looked lost. I mean, they didn't know where to go. Karl-Anthony Towns was lost in the second half, couldn't score, couldn't get anything going. D'Angelo Russell didn't look like he had anything going, and Edwards was just completely thrown off by the emotion and the energy in the building. I don't know how the Timberwolves stole this game away from the Knicks in the fourth quarter after the way they played in the third.
Yeah, one way they did was up. Knicks went up 9.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
Just under 2 minutes to go in that third quarter, and you thought, boy, you really close this thing, put the hammer down, and then you could have a double-digit lead going into the fourth. And that didn't happen. It's like little moments that you got to learn as you're watching this stuff, Monica, right? Like it's just little moments that you say, this is where it slips away, this is where it slips away. You could have overcome the turnovers, everything else, just based on execution. It continues to go back to these possessions that you just don't get what you need, and it leads to having to come up with a big shot at the end that you couldn't make.
The last 4 minutes of the ball game,
Yeah.
just too many empty ones. Whether it's the cross-court pass that we learned in middle school you don't make, that ends up in the hands of Anthony Edwards. Whether it's the trap on that sideline out of bounds where Evan Fournier is unable to hold on to the basketball. But I think, and this is not. I don't mean this negatively, but that's the difference between good teams and great teams, right? Like for the response in the third quarter, which was very impressive. The third quarter of doom, Knicks fans have witnessed it, we have witnessed it, and to be the exact opposite of that, to have 0 turnovers in the third quarter, and then you make up for all them lost turnovers in the prime minutes, in the clutch minutes of the ball game in the fourth. So just details. I mean, that is the game of basketball. That is good teams. That is great players handling the details in the big-time moments.
Guys, Kemba Walker back after the 9-game absence. Wally, he was really good. Almost played 30 minutes, scored 19 points, and 10 of those came in the fourth quarter. The first half of the fourth quarter, Wally, the Knicks were playing great basketball.
They were playing phenomenal basketball, and they were just simplifying the game. And that was the key. They weren't hesitating, and they were just seeing a matchup that they liked, and they just went and attacked it. Julius Randle with that big basket there. Jared Vanderbilt, can't handle him, can't guard him, and
but let me ask you,
shots.
As we're watching these, what I noticed is what happened down the stretch was that Minnesota, which is what a lot of teams do to the Knicks, start pressuring the basketball. They send a second guy to trap. They try to, they go with the idea that the Knicks are not a good passing team, and they will turn it over. What we're seeing here is one-on-one.
Yeah.
Like we're seeing a lot of one-on-one,
a lot of screen and roll.
Less pressure.
Yeah, that's what the Knicks need to continue to do and not go into that ISO mode. That
so
was
no
the
Taj,
big bucket.
no Mitch, and Julius is your center against a 6'11" guy.
That gave him the 2-point lead, and then here off the screen. I mean, that's a good play. There's some good movement there. That's good defense.
Guys, Burks had a really good look.
He did. And Towns blocked the shot, didn't hold on to the rebound, and then Burks did have a good look, but he was scoreless. He wasn't in the rhythm of the game at all. So,
I didn't love that execution there. That's not Evan's thing, right? Evan had been killing on the catch and shoot.
They were taking away,
or the float. I would have liked to see maybe a weak side, a little bit more screen action on the weak side to find Evan. I didn't love the way that.
Well, the first screen and roll they trapped Kemba. So he reversed it, which was great. And then you get it to the other side of the floor, run another screen and roll. You have the defense moving. That's what coaches want. Swing the ball side to side, get the defense moving. Just unfortunately, Fournier, they did a good job on defense.
It collapsed.
McDaniels did a good job on Fournier, and then they collapsed on him, and he couldn't get a good shot on him.
It's a very athletic team.
Yes.
The Knicks fits in the first half till they are able to adjust.
But how do you beat athleticism with precision and patience? Like the one play in the fourth quarter where RJ, did he penetrate baseline? But he pump fakes and lets them fly by. I can't remember if it was an and one.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of patience you make an athlete pay for jumping around and trying to block these shots. Now, you didn't have that time with a potential game winner. I get it. But in general, how do you combat that athleticism? All of a sudden, your vertical is not going to improve.
Patience and what was the other word? You had patience,
precision.
Precision. Two words I would not use to describe the Knicks offense.
A broken dream. Right? Don't do that.
It's not. It has not been that way.
Gotta have the P's.
The P's.
As in pedo.
As in pedo.
Pipsqueak pedo.
Again.
Pipsqueak pedo.
There you go.